Men, let's have a real conversation, the kind you don't hear in mainstream media. The kind older men whisper to younger men when the damage has already been done. Here's the truth most men learn too late. You lose everything, your money, your peace, your dignity, when you treat a woman based on who you hope she is, instead of who she's actually showing you she is. Men get hurt, not because women are complicated, but because men refuse to see what's directly in front of them. A woman can tell you anything. She can present herself as anything. She can describe herself as anything. But the way she moves, the way she lives, the way she treats you, that's the real story. And here's where so many men destroy themselves. They treat every woman like she's a queen, even when she's operating like a chaos agent. They extend respect where disrespect lives. They give loyalty to someone who never earned it. They invest emotionally and financially into a woman whose behavior screams, "I am not who you think I am." Men get blinded by desire, fantasy, loneliness, or the illusion of potential. And that illusion, that's what costs you everything. The hard truth, not every woman is a lady. Being a woman does not automatically make her a lady. Not every woman carries herself with grace. Not every woman values commitment. Not every woman respects herself, or you. Not every woman has the emotional discipline to build, support, or contribute. But society trains men to ignore this. It teaches men to treat every woman with the same level of respect, investment, and seriousness. And that's exactly why so many men end up heartbroken, drained, or destroyed. Let's keep it real. If she calls herself a bad bitch, believe her. If she markets herself like a hookup, stop treating her like a wife. If she lives for the streets, don't bring her into your palace. If she thrives on attention, don't expect loyalty. If she values men's wallets more than their souls, don't expect peace. A lot of men ruin their lives because they project qualities onto a woman that she does not possess. They take a woman suited for weekends and fling culture and try to turn her into something sacred. Then, when everything blows up, they cry betrayal, but the signs were always there. Men ignore red flags because they're afraid of being alone. They don't get hurt because they're stupid. They get hurt because they're hopeful. They want to believe she's better than her behavior. They want to believe they're the exception. They want to believe they can fix her, save her, or change her. Men fall in love with the idea of her. And that idea is expensive. A woman tells you everything about herself without saying a word. In how she speaks, how she dresses, what she prioritizes, how she handles conflict, how she treats you when nobody's watching. Every woman is broadcasting her value, loudly. But men mute the volume because they're afraid of starting over. They're afraid they won't find better. They're afraid of losing access, affection, or attention. And like a man starving for water, he starts drinking poison just to feel relieved. Here's where men fall the hardest. You cannot turn a street-minded woman into a home-minded partner. Never try to wife a woman whose lifestyle is incompatible with stability. If her identity is built on being desired by many men, don't expect her to settle for being adored by just one. If her validation comes from social media, don't expect her to value your peace. If her life is a highlight reel of nightlife, chaos, attention-seeking, and emotional instability, don't expect her to suddenly become a pillar of discipline, respect, and loyalty. A woman doesn't become a wife because a man gives her a ring. She becomes a wife because of who she already is before he meets her. A ring doesn't elevate a woman's character. Marriage doesn't cure irresponsibility. Commitment doesn't erase her patterns. If she's built for the streets, she'll stay connected to the streets no matter how nice the house you put her in. If she's built for attention, she'll seek it, even in your home. And if she's built for chaos, peace will suffocate her. A woman who lives like a liability cannot be treated like an asset, and many men mistake attraction for compatibility. They confuse desire with value. They confuse chemistry with character. And the result? They treat liabilities like assets. A man will give his money, his time, his energy, his attention, his protection, his loyalty, his future to a woman whose behavior doesn't even qualify her for friendship. Then when she turns his life upside down, he calls it bad luck. Men, hear this clearly. You cannot treat a reckless woman with the same respect, investment, and seriousness you give to a responsible one. Not every woman deserves your best. Not every woman deserves your commitment. Not every woman deserves your leadership, your sacrifice, or your resources. Respect is earned. Value is demonstrated. Worth is shown, not imagined. The safest man is the man who judges women correctly, not harshly, not bitterly, not cynically, just correctly. If she behaves like a woman of value, committed, supportive, loyal, disciplined, emotionally mature, treat her with the reverence she's earned. If she behaves like a woman who prioritizes chaos, appearance, money, attention, or validation, treat her accordingly. It is not cruelty. It is not disrespect. It is discernment. And discernment is what saves men from losing everything.